Hey guys, welcome back to JMC Maths channel. In this video, I'll be doing some multiple choice questions that will definitely help you for your next maths exam. Stay tuned. Guys, if you haven't checked out my other video in answering multiple choice questions, please click the link above to check that video out as well. Let's have a look at our first question. Pause the video, have a go, and when you finish, play the video to see if you got the same answer. The question: simplify negative 2a in our first bracket and negative 3a in our second bracket. So once you see two brackets directly beside each other and there's no operation between them, it implies that it must be multiplication. So it's really a negative 2a times a negative 3a. So I'll rewrite it so you can see it. So it's negative 2a times negative 3a. Okay, so I'll multiply my numbers first. So negative 2 times negative 3, that's equal to a positive 6, because a negative times negative is equal to positive. And then a times a is equal to a squared. So our final answer is 6a squared, which therefore means my answer is D. Let's now have a look at our second question. Rob has X marbles and Paul has twice as many. Paul gives Rob 5 of his marbles. How many marbles does Paul now have? So there are some key information that I can highlight in this question. The first one, Rob has X marbles. The second key information is that Paul has twice as many. The other piece of information that we can also highlight is that Paul gives Rob 5. And I think this will definitely help us to answer the question, how many marbles does Paul now have? Okay, so it therefore means Rob has X marbles. We know that Paul has twice as many, which therefore means that must be 2 times X. So Paul would have 2X marbles. Agree? Also, the question says Paul gives Rob 5 of his marbles, which therefore means that Paul would now have 5 less marbles, okay? Which therefore means that must be a subtraction there. Alright, so that's 2x minus 5, and then we could check to see which one of those answers would work. In this case, it's D. Alright, lovely. I hope you got this question, guys. Let's now have a look at our third question. Simplify 8 plus 2. In bracket we have 10 minus r. Guys, be very careful with this question now, because you don't want to go ahead and make the mistake to add 2 plus 8 or 8 plus 2. Do not do it, guys. This 2, it indicates that we need to use it to multiply each term inside your bracket. So be very careful, okay? So I'm going to be using the 2 to multiply each term inside the bracket. I'll first write back my 8, guys. I don't need it yet, so I'm just writing it back for now. And then I'm multiplying 2 times 10, so that's 20. And I put back my plus sign there. And then I'm multiplying a 2 times that minus r there. And I write back my minus 2r there, okay? And now I check to see if there are like terms. In this case, we can agree that 8 and 20 are like terms, so I can add them, okay? So that's 8 plus 20, that's 28. And you can agree I write back my minus 2r because there are no like terms for it, which therefore means my answer is D, guys. I hope you got this one. Let's have a look at question 4, guys. So pause the video, have a go at the question, and when you finish, play the video to check your answer. So the expression 3x minus 2 in our first bracket, and then we have x plus 1 in our second bracket is equivalent to, okay, so again, this is expanding double brackets, guys. So we'll be using our first term in our first bracket to multiply each term in our second bracket. So that's 3x times x, that's 3x squared, and then 3x times 1, that's 3x, and I write back my plus sign there, okay? And then I'm going to be using now that negative 2 there to multiply my x. So negative 2 times x, that's negative 2x. And then negative 2 times a positive 1, that's equal to a negative 2. Okay, and then I look to see if there are any like terms that I can simplify. In this case, 3x and 2x are like terms, so those can be simplified. I write back my 3x squared because there are no like terms for it. Okay, and then 3x minus 2x, that's 1x, but I can simply write it as just x. That's fine. And I put back my plus sign, and then I put back my minus 2 because there are no like terms to simplify it with, which therefore means my answer is A. Lovely. Guys, a question like this, given that it's a multiple choice exam, what you can do is use the method of elimination by just multiplying your last two terms in each bracket. So this 2 here, which is a minus 2 here, and this plus 1 here, you can multiply the two of them. In this case, you get a minus 2 here, which can help you to eliminate answers. So in this case, we agree that B will not work because it has a plus 2, as well as D will not work because it has a plus 2. So therefore means you have less options to choose from, which is just A and C. Okay, I hope you got this one as well. Let's now have a look at question 5. Again, pause the video, have a go at the question, and when you finish, you could just play to see if you got the same answer. So evaluate m plus n squared if we know m is equal to 2 and n is equal to negative 2. So this is substitution, guys. It's a substitution question, which therefore means all we'll be doing is replacing the values we know for m and n to evaluate the expression. Okay, so I rewrite my expression m plus n squared, and I'm replacing my m with 2, right, because that's what they give us in the question. And then I put back my plus sign, and I'm replacing my n with a negative 2, and I'll put it in brackets, guys, because it's n squared, which therefore means I must write it as negative 2, and I put a bracket and put the square outside to indicate very carefully that I need to multiply a negative 2 times a negative 2. Alright, so negative 2 times negative 2 is equal to a positive 4, which therefore means I'm really just adding a 2 plus 4, which is equal to 6. So therefore means my answer is B. Lovely. I hope you got this question, guys. Now let's have a look at question 6, guys. Multiply. In our first bracket we have x plus 3, and in our second bracket we have x minus 3. I want you to pause the video, try this question, and when you finish, play the video to see if you got the same answer. Okay, let's have a look now, guys. I want you to look carefully at this question and see what you observe. You should realize that both brackets have exactly the same terms. The only difference in the two brackets is that one has a plus sign and one has a minus sign. Okay, that's the only difference, which therefore means, guys, this is a special case, and what we call it is the difference of two squares. So with the difference of two squares, guys, for example, if I just write it in a general form like a minus b in one bracket and a plus b in another bracket, you can agree that both brackets have exactly the same thing. The only difference is that one has a minus, one has a plus. The order really doesn't matter how you write the signs, right? But your answer will always be the square of each term in the bracket, and they're separated by a subtraction sign. So that's a square minus b square, and again, remember what I said, a we square it, so that's a square, b we also square it, that's b square, and we separate it with a minus sign, which therefore means that we can just look at the question and figure out our answer. So if I square x, I get x squared. If I square 3, that really means 3 times 3, right? And that's equal to 9. And again, remember what we used to separate the two terms? A minus sign, which therefore means our answer must be D. Lovely. I hope you got this question, guys. Let's now have a look at question 7, guys. Simplify 5x minus 2y minus 3x plus 2y. Again, pause the video, have a go at this question. When you finish, please check your work. Okay, lovely. So again, we're collecting like terms in this case, right? So I'll rewrite my question there. And now I'm going to highlight my like terms, okay? So 5x and 3x are like terms, and the 2y and the 2y are like terms. So I put them in two different colors so you can clearly see what's going on there. And now I'm going to collect my like terms. Be very, very careful when you're collecting like terms. Now, I write back my 5x, but that 3x there, guys, the sign that's directly to the left of it, you must write it in front of the 3x, okay? In this case, the sign that directly to your left of it is a minus sign, so we must write minus. And then I write my 3x. Again, the same thing, 2y, the sign that's directly to the left of it is a minus sign, so I must write a minus 2y. And the final one, the sign that's directly to that other 2y there, guys, is a plus 2y, so I must write plus 2y. Okay, so all I need to do now is just to simplify. So 5x minus 3x, that's equal to 2x, and then minus 2y plus 2y, guys, that's equal to 0. Okay, if you're confused about getting this section, guys, you could literally rewrite it as 2y minus 2y, and of course 2y minus 2y is 0 anyway. Okay, so therefore means our answer for this is A. Lovely. I hope you got this one as well. Let's now have a look at question 8, guys. So if p over 5 is equal to 20, then p is equal to, again, this is a simple linear equation, guys. So what would really be your first step in answering this question? Remember, you want to get the p by itself. So I'll rewrite my question. What can we do to get that p by itself? Thinking. Guys, that p is being divided by 5, which therefore means the only way you can get that p by itself is to do the opposite operation of division, which is to multiply. So I have to multiply my left-hand side by 5, but guess what, guys? To keep the equation balanced, I must also multiply my right-hand side by 5. Lovely. Which therefore means on my left, you can agree that 5 divided by 5 would have been 1, which means that on my left I just have p. And on my right I have p now is equal to 20 times 5. So looking at my answer options now, we can agree that my answer is D. I hope you got this one as well. Let's now have a look at question 9, guys. This one is like my favorite, guys, because it's like a trick question, and I really don't want you to make that mistake in the exam. So stay really focused for this one, okay? That 3 in the denominator here, guys, be very careful. This 3 is a common denominator for both the 15x as well as the 12. So I'm going to rewrite it so you can see it as 15x over 3 plus 12 over 3, or 12/3, okay? So once you write it like this, you'd basically see now that you're really dividing 15 by 3 as well as a 12 by the 3, all right? So this should definitely help you now. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, and of course that's 15x divided by 3, so it must be 5x, right? And then 12 divided by 3, that's 4. And of course, I would have to put back my plus 4, right? So that's plus 4, okay? So therefore means my answer for this question is D. But just to let you know that the mistake that many students usually make with a question like this is just to do 15 divided by 3. They get a 5x, which is fine, but they just write back the 12, guys. And of course, the examiner will give you an answer like that because they know that's a common mistake. So please just remember that that denominator is common to both the 15x and the 12. Alright, lovely. I hope you got this one, guys. Let's have a look at our final question, guys. Which of the following represents the equation of a straight line? Okay, so pause the video, have a go at the question, and when you finish, check your work. Alright, so there are some things that we need to recall. We really need to know the general form of a straight line graph. So I'll just recap that quickly. So the general equation of a straight line graph is y equal mx plus c. So that's the form, and the m represents your gradient, the c represents your y-intercept, which therefore means we'd replace the m and c with real numbers. Okay, we replace those with real numbers. All right, so looking at our answer options, looking at a, could a be your answer? Nope, can't be your answer because it doesn't look like what we really need, right? And then looking at b, guys, would b be your answer? Nope, there's a square term there, which therefore means that it cannot be your answer because in our general form we do not see a square. Let's look at c. I like the look of c, so let's leave c and check out d, and then we'll come back. Looking at d now, guys, again, you're seeing a square term there. In our general form, there's no square term, so therefore mean d cannot be your answer, which means that c is our answer. Lovely. And that's our final question for this video, guys. I hope you found it useful. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I post new videos, like and share this video. Thanks for watching, guys.